what's up everyone? Happy Friday. Hope you're getting a good start to your weekend. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that James Gunn has revealed the official cast for the Suicide Squad reboot movie, which we all know he's going to be directing. I'm not so crazy about that. I'm not like the biggest fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, or just him in general. I don't think it was the best move for DC, WB, whatever, to bring on James Gunn after Marvel let him go for, that ridiculous stuff that he had going on, the scandal stuff from, his past and whatnot on social media. But nevertheless, he is directing the Suicide Squad movie. I'm not exactly sure why they're rebooting it. I know the first one was like kind of they didn't get the feedback that they wanted. But again, it was another thing with WB chopping up David Ayer's movie and trying to make it funnier and, more like the Guardians of the Galaxy, as people have said. So I guess that's why they brought on James Gunn. But anyway, there have been a few rumors about like who would stay on to be included in the reboot from the original Suicide Squad movie and who would be recast. And so now James Gunn tweeted out the official casting. It doesn't say who each person is playing. Some of them we already know because there are a few names of people who were in the original Suicide Squad movie, the David Ayer one. So for example, I'm not going to talk about every single person on here. I don't even recognize every single person by their name on this list in the first place. I would probably recognize their face, most of them, if I saw them, but I'm just going to mention a few that are standing out. So of course we have Viola Davis is returning. She played Amanda Waller. Overall, everyone seemed to love her. She's a great actress. She's in the top league of actors. So she's returning. We see Margot Robbie. Obviously, she played Harley Quinn, another person who got a lot of praise for her role, playing hitting the nail on the head with her the interpretation of the character. She's kind of just like a comic book version of Harley Quinn come to life. So I'm sure people are happy about that. Of course, she's going to be in Birds of Prey as Harley Quinn. And then we have also Jai Courtney. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. Jai Courtney, he played Boomerang. So there's a couple other new names though, that stand out. John Cena. I think this is interesting because there were rumors that he was going to play Shazam, and I don't know if he was even on the list of people that they were interested in to play Shazam, or if people just knew that he was in talks with DC. Maybe he was already in talks with them. I don't know, but I don't think it's a coincidence that there was rumors of him playing Shazam, and then now he's ending up in the Suicide Squad movie. So they must have had some kind of conversations going on with him before. It could be a coincidence, but I think it'd be a pretty I don't know. It could be, but that's kind of a slim chance, I think, for it to be a coincidence. I don't know who he's going to be playing. I don't know. Do you guys have any idea who he might be? I'm glad that he did not play Shazam. If you guys have followed my channel, I made videos about that when that rumor came out. And when it was revealed that Zachary Levi got chosen to play Shazam. I did not want John Cena to be Shazam. I don't have anything against him. I know a lot of people say he can play like that role well, like kind of like a big kid, silly type, like humorous and stuff. But I didn't want to see him in that role. Especially because we know Dwayne Johnson is playing Black Adam, and I just thought that would be like too much to see them pair up. Like, it'd be weird. They're both from wrestling backgrounds, and it's just gonna be like made fun of, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like, they're both actors now, I get that. But I didn't think he was right for that role. So anyway, I don't know who he's been cast as in this movie, but we shall see. And Idris Elba has also been added to the list. I think obviously he's playing Deadshot, taking over Will Smith's role as Deadshot, which I also made a video about that a while back. There were rumors that he was going to be playing Deadshot in the Suicide Squad reboot movie, which there weren't really any, it was just a rumor. There was not really like anyone confirming or denying it. But, you know, I guess that rumor had some truth to it, obviously, because he is on this list, this official casting list, tweeted out from James Gunn. I don't know how to feel about this movie, honestly. I mean, I know we don't really know much about it yet, besides, I mean, this is the first, like, big thing we know about it so far, besides the fact that it's going to be a reboot and not a sequel. That was, like, the first big thing they revealed about it. It's going to be a reboot, not a sequel. Sorry, I just think it's dumb, but it wasn't my favorite DC movie, the original one. I think part of it could have been that it was, you know, kind of chopped up and reshot because of Warner Brothers, you know, kind of what the same thing they did with Justice League BVS, man, you know. So it could have been that. Obviously, there were standout characters. Like, example, you know, Will Smith is Deadshot, Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. People, you know, had their own opinion about Jared Leto's Joker. I personally wanted to see more of him. They did not put enough of him in that movie whatsoever, especially based on the trailers and the marketing that they had for that movie. I thought Joker was going to be way more involved. And according to Jared Leto, he was supposed to be. But again, here comes Warner Brothers with their little fingers. So I think it could have been better had they just let David Ayer, you know, go with what he had planned. So we'll see how much they meddle with James Gunn's version, but they might not. What if James Gunn gives them the version that they wanted the first time? You know, maybe they won't meddle as much, but that doesn't mean it's going to be better. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we don't really know much about it besides now this big. It's a pretty long list of people that he revealed to be cast in the movie. So I don't know what to think about this one. I kind of, like, it's interesting to know who's going to be in it. I love Idris Elba. I think it's awesome that he's coming over to DC from Marvel. Once he died in Infinity War, my first thought was like, okay, yay, he can come to DC now, you know? So, because there were a lot of people like fan casting him as roles in the DC cinematic universe, which a lot of people have actually fan cast him as Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, which I think that's a great fan cast as well. But I think he's gonna fit Deadshot well too. So I'm excited to see him on the list. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess just if it was maybe not James Gunn, maybe I'd be more optimistic about it. But I don't know about him and like, I don't know. I don't want it to be a DC version of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I don't want. You know, and I feel like that's kind of what DC wants. They keep bringing on these people from Marvel, Disney. They brought Joss Whedon on for Justice League because he did Avengers, their team-up superhero movie. And then he did Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like this group of like crazy people and, well, they're aliens, most of them. But you know what I mean. There's like a group of people. They're kind of like all random and different. Suicide Squad is that way, except they're like villains and criminals. But it has its similarities, you know, they can be comparable to each other in some ways. So, I don't know. On one hand, they say that they don't want to do what Marvel's doing. Oh, and Taika Waititi, speaking of Marvel, he's on this list, which I thought was interesting. He was in the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, which was, you know, kind of old already by now, but I just thought it was interesting to see him on the casting list for a DC movie, now that he's with Marvel, doing the Thor movies. So, pretty interesting there. I don't know who he's going to be either. But, like I said, I guess we'll find out. So, you know, speaking of the whole Marvel DC thing and should they be alike, Todd Phillips, who's directing the Joker movie, obviously, which there's been a lot of buzz about lately, he said, a comment that he made, he said, he can't beat Marvel because it's a giant behemoth, but let's do what they can't. And I don't think he meant that in like a malicious way of like, you know, they can't do this and that. No, he knows that they're good at what they do and they keep their fan base happy. And obviously they've had a lot of success in it, but he's saying like, obviously since he's doing the Joker origin movie, that is something different, like I've said before, than what Marvel has done. They haven't had origin movies for villains or solo movies for villains, and so, you know, maybe I think that's what he's referring to. But I just think it's interesting. I'm glad he kind of said that, because I don't know why they're trying so hard to just copy what they're doing. It's not, it doesn't work when they try to do that. You know, it didn't work with Justice League. They just completely destroyed it. So I don't know why they're not really learning their lesson. I mean, I guess in this case, it wasn't like there was one director that took him off and had James Gunn came in, but still, I think it's kind of obvious that bringing in Marvel directors for movies that are somewhat similar to the ones they did over there, you know, we kind of know what they're trying to do. But, you know, speaking of, oh my gosh, I just remembered what I saw this morning. There's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know how reliable it is. It was leaked on Reddit by someone who's somewhat reliable. There's there's a rumor that Henry Cavill has had some kind of discussions with Marvel. What? I hope that's not true. Please don't let that be true. I do not want to lose him from DC, but I think it would just add salt to the wound if he went to Marvel. I would be happy to see him in any movie. He looks like he's going to be amazing in The Witcher, the Netflix series that's coming. He looks amazing in those pictures and the trailer. Oh my gosh, insane. But, and in Mission Impossible Fallout, favorite character in the movie. But I'm sure he would do great if he went to Marvel. He's a great actor. Playing Superman really catapulted him, you know, into this new level of his career. And you know what? I don't know. I mean, now I'm kind of taking back my words, because if Marvel sees his performance as Superman and they're like, hey, DC is kind of just kicking him to the curb, Warner Brothers is not appreciating him, they're not even giving him another movie anytime soon, we don't even know of anything they're going to do with him in the near future. Why don't we take advantage of that and let him, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's true. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. These rumors, they could have absolutely no truth to them, or they could have a little bit of truth to them, just like we saw with this Idris Elba rumor and possibly the John Cena rumor. They're both on this casting list, and a while back there were rumors of them having discussions with DC. So there could be some truth to it. I don't know. It's just an article that I saw this morning that there was a leak. There was something posted on Reddit that supposedly there are some kind of discussions going on with Henry Cavill and Marvel. And I don't know if his contract is finished with DC. I don't know. They don't tell us anything. They don't confirm or deny what we're hearing and what we're seeing. So anyway, I just had to throw that in because I remembered that I saw it this morning, and since this whole little topic of Marvel and DC came up, yeah, might as well discuss it. So anyway, give me your thoughts. What do you think about the Suicide Squad cast for the reboot? And since I decided to throw in the Henry Cavill thing, what do you think about that? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Check out the links in the description.